Hi guys, welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2. Today we are heading from Bari, and I'm sorry I'm pronouncing this wrong, but from Bari in southern Italy to Genoa in northern Italy. My plan is, as I said last episode, that I'm going. Last time I was driving just a tiny little stretch here and a quick job to finish an achievement. So now what I'm working on is doing the final cities. I might actually, let's see. Look, I wanted to, instead of going this way I've done 100 times, I'm going to go this way along this route and unlock these roads here, as well as going into this Pescara and unlocking that city on the way. So that way I only need Casino there, and sorry, that one, and then Susada and Turin. I think Genoa is where I'm going now. So that's the final the final what is it called, the cities I have to go to, and then I will find what I need to do is do a inter roam through this area here. So these checkpoints, this one, this one, this one, and I believe that one. Basically you have to go through, I don't think it's exactly the checkpoint, but it's a point very close to these. You have to enter Rome through. You basically just have to pass through in the direction of Rome. So if you're going here, you can go this, and then that way you don't have to go to Rome, but you have to pass through in the right direction to get the achievement called all road or most roads lead to Rome. So that's the one I'm working at right now, working on. So without further ado, and with this little detour here, it's about 100k extra, so it's not too terrible. We will get cracking on this little job today. I'm bringing a yacht, which I like because I like boats. So there you go, a little detail there. Yeah, so let's pop in gear. Brake already released, and let's get cracking. This Iveco is actually hold on, I have to get my bearings. I have to go out over there, I think. Yeah. So this Iveco is actually quite nice. As I did, I shied away from it because in real life I didn't have any bad experience as such, but I just didn't like Ivecos that much. But this is a newer model that I'm used to, and there's an even newer one which I hope they will add to the game soon, called the S-Way. This is the Hi-Way, and it's there's a viewpoint. I didn't know that. I didn't notice. Sorry, I haven't been playing for, so just crack in there, and it looks like I haven't unlocked it yet. Let's see what we can do with this yacht here. You think? Oh, there's plenty of room. So enjoy, guys. Yeah, so I haven't really used the Iveco because I just didn't. The first truck I bought in the game, because it was cheap, was the older Iveco, and I hated it. I don't know why. I think it's just real life personal preferences. So I sold that. That's the only truck I ever sold in the game. I tried, I believe, all of them, but the ones I don't it doesn't seem like I'll be using again. I just pass on to a AI driver and they can have fun with it. But yeah, this highway is actually pretty good. The truck highway. I hope they will, like I said, I hope they will add the new model Iveco S-Way, which it looks really nice. I mean, I would love to see one of those and try them at some point. Anyway, let's get cracking. But this is this truck is nice and quiet. It's even the engine is not strong on paper. It's, I think it's like 450 horsepower, which is fairly average on trucks these days. It feels stronger than it is.
Turn left.
I don't know. It feels stronger than 450 horsepower. Let me put it that way. So you have to get used to the brakes here. But I think it's also fairly small and light truck compared to some of the other trucks, so that might have something to do with it. Who knows? There we go. But yes, I believe I've touched on before. I lost a few recordings, so I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself a bit. I can't quite remember what's been posted and what's not. But the reason I drive this is because we're in Italy and it's an Italian truck, so I thought that was kind of fitting for the game. Pescara, that's where we're going. So we'll just hang right here. Come on. Yeah, as I said, we're doing a bit of a detour just to go through Pescara, just to visit that. I find for me it's a bit more entertaining to kind of have something to do in the game, some personal goals, and that's why I like to do the achievements. And that's why I'm doing this little detour. So we'll see what maps I'll be hitting next. You guys can let me know if you have any preferences for what region you'd like to see next. I have a few loose ends in Scandinavia. I visited all the cities, but there's a few achievements there I can do. I haven't really done a lot on the what is it called, the Eastern Europe. Is it like on the way to the Black Sea or whatever it's called? This well, not Eastern Europe, sorry, the Central Europe, Romania and Hungary and Turkey and all these things. I might actually try to do that, given that the next download will be the Balkans, which is bordering up to this region, so that will be kind of in the same region. Oh, actually, you know what, guys? I want to do UK. I've hardly done anything in the UK, so there you go. Unless I get a lot of requests for something else, then the UK will be. Yeah. And that, and then when the new DLC comes out, I will hit that whole region there, the new one with the Balkans and Road to the Black Sea or whatever it's called. Sorry, forgive me if I'm not correct on the name of that DLC, but you know what I mean. Basically, it's bordering up to Italy. Yeah, so this truck is really nice. It's really smooth and quiet. I like it. Not bad. I wish you could put a drink in this cup holder out there. That would be the best. Right? As you can in some of the interiors, there's not even one cup holder here, so if I could put one in
right, and then exit right.
And that one out there, that would be awesome. It's alright, the developers, right, and ask them to add that. A cold beer in the winter. Looking at the terrain there. Yeah, so this is a bit of a long ride. Looking at the time, we'll be doing it will be probably around 45 minutes for this recording. So we'll see. I might cut it in half, I might not. We'll see if something interesting happens along the way here. This is all new territory for me, so that's quite nice. I just I don't know. I think one of my problems with this Italian download is that, well, along the lines with the rest of the game, you have a lot of motorways and freeways, but that's just not my picture of Italy. I mean, they're there, obviously, but I'm thinking more of like smaller kind of B roads kind of thing. So it doesn't really give me a very Italian feeling when I'm driving here. Whereas I think a lot of the other countries, and I don't know why, but I get quite a good feeling for that country. I don't know. I'm kind of, I know where I am when I look out the window. Whereas this could be, I don't know. It looks a bit like anywhere else in Europe, basically. I think. But there you go. Nice straight bit of road here. You can look out, enjoy the scenery. I'm just looking around also at the interior in the truck. I like it. It looks quite modern. I think that was one of my problems with the Ivecos of old, is that they all looked as a, I don't know, it's just a bit fiddly and too many bits and bobs and lights and sounds and this and that everywhere. Whereas this is very, straightforward and plain. You have what you need, and it's all kind of centered around the driver, which is nice. So yeah, nice truck. You see, I was hoping for kind of this, a bit of sea view here, ocean vistas. As we're going along the ocean, there's a cruise ship out there. I get kind of more of an Italian vibe now, I must admit. I don't know why. I think the houses, that looks like Italian houses to me. So that's nice. I don't know what that yellow, this is the Renault, I think, behind me. This seems like he's trying to get around me. But he'll just hang there forever. I think overall in this game the AI is very good. It does have a few flaws here and there, but it's not just a static behavior of the AI. There's different kinds of drivers. Some go a bit fast, some go slow. So I think it's working really well overall. But yeah. So Casino is actually one of the towns I'm missing, and the reason I'm not going there is it looks like, and I might be wrong, I haven't obviously been there, but it looks like you have to kind of go to a very specific point, like like one business to unlock it, and yeah, I didn't want to do that. I will try to get a delivery there. Ideally I could get one from Genoa, where I'm heading now, and then head through Rome and to Casino after that, and that way I will unlock that. And then I only have a couple of towns left up north, which is not really a big deal, because at least one of them, without any problems, I can hit on the way going out of Italy, if I choose that route. Obviously if I'm going to the UK, I could go through Naples as well, and then sail across the islands, and then hit into Spain. But
keep right, and then exit right.
But yeah, I don't think I'll do that. I think I'll go the land route through northern Italy, because that way I'll also be able to unlock a few more roads. I believe if I go from there across to the rail tunnel going to the UK, I should be able to hit a few stretches there that I haven't done before, because that's not really the direction I'm going normally, diagonally across the continent like that. I go usually north-south direction, kind of. So yeah, it's all I don't know, I enjoy the planning. When I was doing the driver's license, and I don't know if it's like that, I've done it in truck license, that is in Australia, and it's nothing like it is in Europe. In Europe, it's quite an ordeal, because they look at it as an education to become a truck driver. So it takes I don't remember, but it takes a while to take it here, and you have to do different kinds of things. Anyway, here one of the things you have to learn is to navigate.
First exit.
Of all things, which is good. You have to use a map, put down a route with a given truck, and then
Exit now.
go that route, and it has to be kind of the most efficient route. And on all that, you have to take into account, the weight of your truck that might, stop you from going over bridges and smaller roads, things like that. And also things like tunnels and bridges, the height of those. So in general, in Europe, there's not many bridges that in my experience anyway, most bridges are fair enough to get under, tall enough to get under with any kind of normal truck. I think the standard height on the bridge here is 4.2, which it should be enough for any not special delivery to go under. So most trucks I've been driving have been around, I think 3.4, that kind of region, and most bridges. I know of a couple in where I used to drive
right,
that,
and then exit right.
weren't high enough, which is a pain because it's a big.
Exit right.
Is often a very annoying route you have to take to get around it, and if you're driving as I did in a period
ready to turn left.
of time, I was driving a distribution in a certain, the same area every day, and that bloody bridge was in the middle of it. So you have to make sure that you get all your deliveries done on one side before you go to the next, because if not, it'll set you back like half an hour plus if suddenly you remember or you forgot one little parcel, and you have to go all the way back and then back again. It's horrible. But yeah, my point is that I like looking at the route. I'm kind of old school, so before I drive, as you saw before, I had already plotted a route, and I might find a different. You stay back. Oh, okay, you're turning right. I might alter it a bit, and if you do that, you'll actually find that the GPS, and that's not just in this game, it's just in real life. The GPS in this real game is on par with most
at the roundabout. Take the
with most GPSs
exit.
these days anyway. But the GPS will send you a bit, a strange route. It will send you down maybe a smaller route where you could just stay on the motorway, on a ring road sort of.
Go straight on.
So that's something you'll discover if you look at the map, and you can cut off a few annoying turns and twists off your route. You might have to go, a few hundred yards longer, but it'll still save you time and fuel if you care about fuel. It's just a game, but if you care about that, it will save you some time and some red lights and all these things if you can hit a ring road. And that's just talking about the game, but but in real life also I think as a driver you have a responsibility for what you're doing, for your job, and also it is in the law, at least in some countries, you're not supposed to annoy people more than than you absolutely have to when you're driving. And driving a big truck, you don't really want to take it through a residential area or whatever if you have an option not to.
Take the third exit.
It's just not it's not good. It's the road's not built for it, so you make a lot of wear and tear on the roads. The truck will have to stop a lot more, brake a lot more, accelerate a lot more. You'll use more fuel. You can't go as fast, obviously. Well, there's a speed limit, but also residential area. There's usually more kind of slow-moving traffic. There will be, kids playing. That's a risk.
At the roundabout, take the second
people
exit.
on bicycles, all these things. So try to use a ring road or motorway or the big roads if you can. Don't just cut through because you think it's a bit quicker or shorter. Usually it's not quicker, it might be shorter, but shorter isn't always more economical time-wise or fuel-wise, because you'll have to go slower and you have to stop and accelerate a lot more, which is just, at the end of the day, it's wear and tear on the truck and more fuel usage. So there you go. So if you're driving in real life, think about the people around you as well. Not everyone enjoy having a big 30-ton truck blasting through your area with exhaust brakes and all kinds of things blasting and big engines and whatnot. I should have slept inside this Pescari, whatever it's called, Pescara little town there, but I didn't. I was too busy jabbing away at you guys, so we'll see how far we'll get before we start to get fined and crash into things. Hopefully we can find a place to camp for the night. Actually, I'll just look at the map. Oh, yeah, I'm in trouble. See, that's what I don't like about this whole sleep mechanic. Actually, why isn't there any? I have to zoom more. So there was 2 there, 3 if I count it. Oh, up here, yeah, we'll be fine. We'll grab some fuel on the way.
Okay, here we go.
So this guy in front of us, he's doing exactly 80, and it's a bit uneasy for me. I'm too close. So I just dropped it down to 79 for a while, and that's actually if you're not a truck driver, you will know the annoyance of that, particularly in Europe. So in Europe, I'm not sure if it's all of Europe, but generally most of Northern Europe that I'm used to, you can do 80 in a truck, and that's maximum. That's the law. So you have a speed limit of 80, just like here now. Obviously in this game you have some 90 at some point, or some stages on the freeway, which is I assume accurate. But most trucks, or all trucks here where I live in Scandinavia, they are they have an electronic speed limit on them, so it's not limited to 80, but it's limited to, depending on the brand, it can be 83, 84, some 80, 87 I believe, and I can't remember the exact brands now. When you drive the trucks, you'll know,
right,
believe me.
and then exit
So of course, all the police are not going to stop you if you're doing 84 or 87.
Exit right.
So you'll just do the max speed for the truck, basically. Let's see how few. I'd like to get some fuel here too. I don't really have to, but let's see how we inside the. Yeah, we're fine here. So if I'm stopping here, I can cross over and do fuel, I think. There we go. Nice and bright. 5:50 in the morning. We like that. Yeah. So if you drive a truck and it's doing maximum 80, 84, or say 87, which I remember some of the trucks I was driving. I don't believe, I think it was the Scanias, but whatever, doesn't matter. So they do have 87, and then you get behind, say, Iveco, and don't quote me on the specific settings on the trucks, but it's just an example. So you get behind him, he's doing 84 maximum, and it's not his fault, it's just whatever his truck is set up to do. Maximum speed where the limiter is set. So you hit him on the motorway, right? You're doing 3 kilometers more than him. You want to do 1,000 kilometers. So I know 3 kilometers an hour isn't a lot, but you'd like to get it done. So yeah, either you stop behind this poor guy, he's doing his best, you're doing your best, so you can hit it down to 83 or 84, whatever he was doing, or you can try to get around him, right? But then you get into this situation because you have a limiter on your truck. You can't do more than 87. No matter if you have 750 horsepower in your Scania, it's not going to help you. You're still just doing 87. This dude, he's comfortable at his 84. He's drinking coffee and reading papers in his Iveco, and then you have to get around him. So it's gonna take 10 miles to get around this guy because you're just going slightly faster than him. So that's why often you get these situations in traffic where you have to break down. You're doing 120 whatever on the motorway, and you have to break down and do 87 behind this poor Scania who want to go around the poor Iveco. They're doing their best. They know it's annoying, but at the same time they have a job to do as well. So that's an explanation for you guys who don't drive trucks. There's a electronic limiter on the trucks, and they can't do anything about that. That's just how it is, and you have to work with it. Obviously, you shouldn't try to overtake if there's heavy traffic and all this. Just stay behind this vehicle. Those 3 kilometers an hour is not gonna ruin your day, but at the end of the day, it will make a difference. Is that if you're driving that much slower every day, all the time. So yeah, that's it. A bit of a truck driving law for you guys. I hope you guys like that. I know some of it might not be interesting, some of it might. This being a simulation game, I'm assuming that most of you guys, you have some sort of interest in driving trucks, because if not, you'll be driving whatever, Forza, Rocket League, whatever you want to play. All good games, but this is not what we're playing now. Yeah, so this is a bit of a long haul. I mean, it could be worse, but it's 1000k, so that's a good day's work. And it'll be slightly longer recording. I like to keep it in one, just for the sake of the flow in the recordings, I guess. If I start to split up too much, it's kind of I don't know. I just prefer to my own self. I prefer to have it in one go, unless it gets you know, way over an hour. It might be a bit much, but then you can split it up. So I think for this game it's nice to have it just in one solid file recording, and then pump it all onto YouTube, and you guys can enjoy it. Feel free to take a break if you want to. But I think I might, you know, at some point I'll be doing some longer deliveries, you know,
Keep right.
2,500, so
right.
on. It's some of the achievements. There's I think one, I believe, from Turkey,
right,
which is a long one, and that's definitely going to be split up into two, so it'll be a part 1 and part 2, and that one will come up in conjunction with the new DLC. So if any of you guys want to do this one, if any of you guys want to see something, I thought I hit the barrier there. The beeping was putting me off, or scaring me, so to speak. That's why I hit the brakes there. But yeah, if any of you guys want to see some specific achievements, just let me know. I can most certainly work on those. Some of them I have done, and I'll just do my best to explain it. Some of them we can do together, and especially in the new as it comes out, the new downloads will be released. I will be hitting them running as they drop, and get cracking in those, so you guys can see how that works. And if you don't buy it, you can always you know, enjoy the videos and see if it's something for you. So now, not having looked at the map, and I don't actually know exactly where I am, but we're starting to get mountains, which tells me we are starting to get into the more scenic route, the northern part of Italy. I don't know if it's more scenic, I just like the mountain roads better. You might not, so then I guess it's not more scenic for you. But that being said, I like it, and that's why I would call it a scenic route, which I like. And we still have 7 hours to go, so that's nice. Smaller roads, that's what I was talking about earlier. That's how I see Italy. Not a big motorway that looks like something in Holland or Denmark or whatever. Look at this, gorgeous.
Get ready to turn right.
Yeah, so I can certainly feel the engine.
Turn right.
Isn't the biggest engine in the world here. What is this road? Hold on, this is one of the instances where I want to check the map. Now we're alright, because this road looks very small, so even in real life I would start to to question this. Is this a good way to go with the truck? Some GPSs, and most certainly the truck GPS, will take into account the size of your truck and
Get ready to turn left.
your weight and all these good things, and
Turn left.
that will go into the planning on the GPS. So that's all good. But I mean, I personally,
right.
I was using my cell phone as a GPS when I was driving, because I had an app there. It's not Google Maps. Google Maps is fine and you can use it, and I did. But if you're driving in a city, no sign there, you have all these problems I've been discussing earlier, and it will suddenly send you into stupid places, and I don't like that. Google Maps is very good for just cars, at least in Europe. In certain other countries, like I've been living in Indonesia, it will do crazy things sometimes, and that being said, it's a crazy place, and I love it to bits, don't get me wrong, but traffic there, it's it's not like Europe. Let me put it that way. So yeah, it's some GPS programs are just better at this, and if you're driving a truck, there's programs for your phone, or apps, I guess it is, that's just taking all this into account: the width, the height, the weight of your vehicle. It knows if you're using diesel or petrol, if you want to go to a petrol station. I believe actually Google Maps do that too. I'm not sure. I don't drive that much these days, but yeah. So don't trust your GPS blindly, as I'm sure most of you knows. But it can get you into trouble, especially if you're in a truck. Because if you hit a low bridge somewhere, and I don't mean literally hit it, because that's obviously a bad thing, but if you drive 5-10 kilometers, get to a low bridge, and there's traffic, you cannot go around or under this bridge. That's not an option. So you have to turn around, and you can imagine how fun it is to turn around with a semi truck, and there's 5, 10, 20 cars honking their horns behind you. Somehow you have to get all these cars behind you to back up and move out of the way, so you can get your truck turned around.
Take the second exit.
You're not gonna make any friends that way. So so that's not gonna make a very good day for you. Hey, brakes. So yeah, pay attention to your map as well as your GPS. I mean, you can check on your GPS, especially on Google Maps, or you can even use two GPSs at the same time, because once you get to know the GPS, it's like it's like your it's like your wife or your girlfriend. You know what means and how to act in certain situations, and that's exactly how it is with the GPS. You just need to know the specific workings of that system, and you can take all that into account and use it as a tool within the limitations of that tool. And I was just about to say just like your wife, but I didn't.
Go straight on.
Look, this looks Italian. Kind of. truck driver. Look at all the people behind me. Beautiful. Yeah, so as I was about to say before, and I think I cut myself off, but you can certainly feel on these a bit smaller roads and more hilly roads that it's not a Scania V8 or a Volvo 750 it is in this game, but it is very quiet, and it's very good for just cruising. So overall, I actually rate this truck quite high in
At the roundabout, take
in
the
this
first
game.
exit. Exit now.
Sorry guys. So let's see, I can't see I don't know if I'm allowed to go through here with the truck.
Get ready to turn right.
Yes. It's a game.
Turn right.
So yeah, we have about 15 minutes left of this video, which will make it 1 hour. So a little bit longer than I anticipated, but also within reason, I think. So I will just, as you all by now know already, keep it in one segment and throw it up like that. Come on, Jeep. I think it was a Jeep, wasn't it? Although it looks like a Dacia or whatever they call these little plastic cars. No offense, Renault / Dacia. Yeah, so while we have this road here, let's have a look. Yeah, we have 1 hour left, 1 hour and 13 minutes, and that's real time. So we have plenty of time for this delivery. There's no set time for expected delivery on that. We'll get almost 60,000, which is okay. I don't really need money at this stage, but it's nice. And we have 5-6 hours left rest time there, so on to rest. So just cruising along, enjoying the ride.
Keep right, and then exit right.
So now we're starting to get street signs to Genoa, which is
Exit right.
it's nice.
Go straight on.
See, these brakes, I thought I had adjusted the sensitivity on my controller, but clearly I haven't, because as you can tell I'm braking quite hard. Too hard, I would say, many times. So as for my setting in the game, most of it is just standard. I have realistic on wherever that applies, so realistic fuel use. Come on. Oh my god, that's crazy. Realistic fuel use. I have all the automatic, like wipers, automatic engine brake and exhaust brake. The reason I have them, I mean, in real life, obviously I would be using it manually. For those of you who don't know, you turn it, you don't drive with your exhaust brake on unless you have to, because it's noisy. So you try to avoid that, and also you can adjust it. So you have usually like 2, 3, 4 steps on it. So how strong it's supposed to be. So all these things you can adjust while you're driving, and usually it's easy. It's like a column stop or a button in line with the gear selectors you see there just to the right of the steering wheel. So you can adjust them, and you will do that on the fly as you use it. Because it's just second nature. But in this game it's not so easy for me. All these settings are there in the game, but as I'm playing with the controller, I have the keyboard, but I'm playing with the controller. I just it's just not very convenient for me to have to adjust up and down on these things on the fly as I need it. So that's all set to automatic. And it works quite well. The only thing that's annoying is that it's actually engaging when you drive unloaded, which gives you very sturdy throttle response, so to speak. So other than that, it's fine. The engine brake you can turn on and off, and I tried that, but it's just, I mean, it's on all the time, so if you try to kind of feather the throttle or just let go of it, it just brakes a lot, which is not always what you want if you just want to adjust your speed. So those are automatic. My gears are automatic, and that's exactly what I would want in real life. Because the modern automatic gearboxes are just better than whatever you can do manually, and I don't see any reason to change manually. It's not a race, it's a job, and as passionate you can be about driving cars and manual gears and all this, I've grown up with it, so it's fine for me. But I also experienced the old Promi automatics that would never do what you wanted to. That's not new automatics. They do things often better and faster than whatever you can do. Trucks maybe not faster, although mind you, changing gears in a truck is not like changing in a car. Even it gets close to it, but you still have to take your time. And yeah, I don't see any point in using a manual, to be completely honest with you. You can use the manual setting on the truck if you wanted to hold the gears, if you want to hold the gears. And there's different modes: economic, power, all these things, snow. New trucks, they have so many modes. You can set it to kind of rock if you're stuck, so it'll go back and forth if you're like stuck in snow or mud or whatever. You have the hill hold, and many new trucks, they are even the gearboxes and the other systems in the truck is integrated, so they will talk together. Again, forgive me if I repeat myself. I know I've said this before, but I believe it's in one of the lost recordings. So the new also in cars, but especially in trucks, they integrate the GPS, and also they have kind of a hive mind on the trucks. So the truck knows the weight it's pulling, and all these obviously the data in the truck, and it will send that to a cloud system, whatever it is, which will then communicate with other GPSs. So it knows what gear to select even before you get there, just based on your location and what other similar trucks have done on that specific point with a similar load and a similar setup. So your truck will hit a hill or a mountain descent or whatever. It already knows what it's supposed to do, and it will put it into the right gear and all this to save fuel and time. So why have a manual? It's just not, it's even more economical now. It uses less fuel to use manual than to use automatic than a manual gearbox. So there's no excuses not to use it, in my opinion, other than you want to, and that's completely fine as well. I'm not slacking on everyone or anyone. I'm just telling you what I think and how I feel about it. And it might all be wrong in some people's eyes, and it might not. Anyway, this is going smoothly. I'm happy with this ride. I didn't hit anyone, I think, as I did on the last one. I only got fined, I think, once, didn't I? A speeding ticket or something like that. And yeah, we're soon there, going to the marina. About 3 or 4 minutes left. So just to recap, what I'll be doing in the next video is to find a job, head back the same direction, meaning south, with a load going to Rome or preferably to Casino, and then go through Rome to pass through that particular point where I can finish my achievement called, I have to look it up, sorry guys, but I think it's called most roads lead to Rome. That's very hard for me to say. Yeah, and I'll once again when I get the achievement done, I'll just point out to you guys in the next episode exactly what to do, because I have done 75% of it already. I've done 3 out of 4 entry points to Rome, which is what you have to do. So I'll do the 4th. Excuse me if this is a bit of a sore point for some, but wasn't this the motorway overpass bridge that collapsed a few years ago in Italy? This one in Genoa, whatever it's called. There's something telling me that's the case, but I might be wrong. sorry again if it's a sore point for some. I don't mean to hurt anyone, but what happened, and I think this is
right, and then
this
exit
was
right.
the spot. Thankfully we made it across, and thankfully it's still there in the game.
Exit right.
Yeah, my condolences to anyone who lost someone or got hurt in this incident. I will look it up for the next episode so we can get the record set straight if I'm correct or not, but I believe that's the one. Yeah, so next episode we'll be heading back towards Rome, and preferably find a job in going to Casino so I can visit that final little town in that area, and then we'll be heading back north in one of the episodes. Why didn't this guy have to stop? He didn't pay. I have to stop and then throw coins into this little... I don't know if you can pay with card. Probably can these days. But not that fast. He didn't pay. I'm sure of it. There we go. And then we entered Genoa, started yawning. That's fine. I will, for the next job, hopefully I can find one. I mean, I will find one in the right direction, but I don't know if I can find one exactly where I want to. But before we go anywhere in the next one, I will I will sleep, and I will check out if there's any unlock points here. There's probably, maybe, I can't see it though, a truck dealership or a hiring company. We'll see. But I'll unlock those, and then I will hook up the trailer, and I will see you.
Go straight on.
At that point.
Get ready to turn right.
And now I will. I'm sorry.
Turn right.
I've been a bit quick. I know that to end the episodes. I will just let it.
Destination. Your route guidance is now finished.
Let you guys read this. I'm not gonna park it because it's a long episode already, but I will let you guys read this stats for the job. There you go. Alright, and on that, I think we'll call it a day. It's a good episode, I think. A bit long, but that's nice sometimes too. And I'll see you guys in the next one. You already know what to expect. So so there you go, guys. Thank you for liking and subscribing, and take care.